Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming in because I know you're probably getting pulled in like 1,000 different directions.
Oh yeah, no,
This is the last one. This is it.
This is it. Huh?
We got this and lunch, and we are in the
That's
car.
it. Oh yeah.
You can start to relax,
Feel like
try
it's,
and leave.
it's been a long week already, you know?
Yeah,
my-
I don't know how he's done it all these years.
Well, I appreciate having my wife here with me this time. This has been really, really, really awesome to be here, and our mindset has changed in what we're doing. And I mean, not mindset. Of course, we want to train people, but to be able to help other people, and to have my wife as the president of Scanner Danner Charities Inc. SD Charities Inc. She's the president, and this is underway. So we're
you guys have started a new chapter. So when did this kind of come about? When did you decide that this is what you wanted to do now?
It's been coming about for a long time, and I think you look back and you see, oh, okay, that's where all this started. And I think it honestly started with, for him, just so much pressure being Scanner Danner. He's the one and only Scanner Danner. Who else is going to be Scanner Danner? Nobody can, right? Like, Paul.
Paul,
yes.
It's not Dan.
No, not Dan. Commonly referred to as Dan, but it is not Dan. We can title every podcast Ron.
I'm not Dan.
Not Dan. We get emails every day. Hey, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. Guy's been following me for 10 years, still calling me Dan. It's okay.
But there's only one Dan here, and it's just, it's a lot of pressure, and literally people every day are like, well, what about this? And what about that? And when are you going to do this? And more.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you keep up with that and have a family and have a marriage? And it's a lot for one person. And I see people chasing that and doing that. I'm like, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, he not going to say no either, right? You're a giving guy. I mean, you want to help.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like every time someone asks you, it's like you're trying to add another thing to your plate. I get it.
And what she's talking about too, which is ideas people provide, like, hey, what about, make this improvement and that improvement. Right. And all of those things take my time and energy and resources, and they can be fruitful and profitable, but it's to what end?
Right. And people just don't realize, like, logistically, it's just him and me and our kid and it's a small team doing this. And it's like, it would be great if we could do all these things.
Yeah, and you reply to every message on YouTube, everything on Facebook. Like, you're on it.
I try.
No, it's us. I mean, we have people working on the website. Our son is the cameraman, but
he's the editor. I mean, he doesn't like to be called cameraman.
Yeah, that's right.
Editor in chief.
He spends so much time editing, and he
has
does
a
an excellent job.
Artistic talent that
he
is
really
beyond
does.
holding a camera, for sure.
And these are full-time jobs.
Full-time.
I don't think people realize, just because it's social media or, these YouTube videos, that's an all-day affair just to film.
It is more than all day.
And let's be real here. You're actually fixing the cars as well. So you're actually very technically savvy, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I may not be the one, say the timing chain jump 2 teeth. I may not be the one doing the timing chain job, but we'll do the troubleshooting. My brother might be the one that does the chain, and then we come back to do the follow-up, because everybody wants the follow-up. You got to see the fix too. And
know that you're right.
That's 2 days of filming, and that's probably 3 days of editing for one, 45, 50-minute video. That's what people don't see, the amount of work it takes to do it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can see the quality of the video, but that goes into like the whole thing of the diagnosing, or I like to call it an advanced assessment.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're doing the real work.
Yeah.
Like, even though you said that's not like the real work, you're not doing the timing chain.
Right.
It's like, I think the whole industry needs to realize, like, that is the work.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Jeff about the same thing, about having like an open circuit and having a fuse blown and charging a client, say, $400 to replace a fuse. And they go, $400? All you did is replace a fuse. No.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And, to piggyback on that, for anyone listening, they're like, that's crazy, $400 for a blown or a bad fuse. I had one where the fuse was relocated in the wrong location, and the diagrams didn't show it.
Right.
And it was back.
That's never happened before, right?
And if you guys want to see it, it's just type in 29 volt as a keyword on my website. This Ford computer missing its main battery power feed, because the fuse was relocated. When you turn the key on, half the module would come to life, and the transmission solenoids were pulse width modulated and we're clicking on and off, we're back feeding 29 volts into the circuit.
Oh, wow.
So the circuit main feeds actually had 29 volts on it from a relocated fuse. So that's what can happen. My point was, that's what can happen.
Yeah. If you don't know what you're doing
with a blown fuse. And this
fuse
car had ECMs and modules and entire wiring, engine harness, and the entire interior was ripped apart. Somebody had 20, 30 hours in this car for a relocated fuse.
Yeah.
It took me 2 days to find it.
Right.
But
I mean, how would you know?
Yeah.
All we have is what they call the Bible, right?
Yeah.
So you go in the Mitchell, you go to the motor, and you're like, oh, well, everything's in where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like a Chrysler. You ever seen a Chrysler with the wrong wiring diagram?
Yeah, right. Right.
And they're like, well, all you got to do is look on the wiring diagram, follow the wires, right? Like, no.
You should know that. You're the expert. That's why I hear that from the...
Right. Yeah, I am the expert. That's why you're paying me and I fixed it.
That's right.
You're welcome.
That's right.
I'm helping
exactly.
you.
So speaking of wives, I mean, she runs the office and I know exactly how you feel about having her here.
Yeah.
It's the support, right?
Yeah.
I mean, our shop wouldn't be where it is without her, you know. I know you guys had a class yesterday.
We did. I got to meet your wife. I didn't even know. There was just strange the way that went down.
Coincidence, man.
I met you, Jimmy, for the first time, and your wife's name again?
Leigh-Ann.
Leigh-Ann. She's in class, like killing it. We're sitting right behind her. And I whispered to Kristin, I'm like, there's a shop owner that knows what they're talking about.
Yeah,
so nice.
He did.
I mean it because
not knowing who you were. He's
Yeah,
she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, and I could see that right away. So you guys are doing something right. And
Yeah.
whoever's listening needs to pay attention to what these two are saying about shops and how to run them, because this is what we're talking about. How do we uplift the industry? How do we change the industry? You guys have learned. You've implemented it. You have success. So you guys need to listen to what these two are saying.
Learning every day. Just constantly trying to find a golden nugget.
Yeah.
There's no silver bullet, just like one golden nugget at a time. And
You're
she's
working
very
hard.
educated, you know?
You got to know how to research. And then, like I told you the other day, like, oh, I felt so dumb in class. But that's because I'm so highly aware of what I don't know. We're always trying to improve. And like, well, those are the people I want to be around. Like, I want other people to elevate me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be,
That's pretty sweet.
leading the group that I'm around because I want to be better.
You don't want to be the smartest person in the group.
I don't want to be the smartest person
what are you going to gain
room.
from that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a big fish in a little pond. That's not that fun, you know.
Even though every once in a while you got to try to like be that person, right? You got to like step up.
It's nice to be that person, but
fake it a little bit so you make it.
Of course, but like the real wisdom is in realizing, like you said, what don't I know? And I think, well, in any industry, but there's like so much ego. You know, he tells me about like, Facebook groups and these guys are and all they're saying. I'm like, the ego is just, it's unbelievable. But you have to, have a real assessment of yourself and say, what don't I know? And go and learn that. And
your mind process when you go through your videos, and I've watched my fair amount of your videos, right? You just keep an open mind the whole way. And I always try to tell my techs and anybody else, starting out, like, you got to just, and I tell myself too, just relax.
Yeah.
And
question everything you're doing.
Question everything. You already have your mind made up when you go in to diagnose something, right? And you're like, well, I'm just going to prove that I'm right. No, that's not how you do that.
Yeah.
Even though we all do it, and you've always,
sure.
and you get to a point, you get frustrated, but then you reevaluate, and it's such gold. Like
that's
that is,
cool.
to see someone get frustrated and then be able to talk themselves back out of it.
Yeah.
That's what everyone needs
to see. A lot
to
of
see.
people miss that. I appreciate you saying that because, in this silver bullet world where other creators are making videos and showing how simple it is, and maybe showing the process after finding out the problem, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that our method's better. But
no, they walk through it like they've done it 1,000 times, and they're like, I make no mistakes. I'm Mr. Perfect.
Or they've figured it out before they turn the camera on and pretend that they didn't, or they, anyway, there's all different ways to do it. They all have their advantage depending on the mind and who's watching. But ours have always been centralized around the student that truly wants to learn. And I always felt it was important that the process was taught. Not just the subject, but the process, the thought process. How do you know when to stop walking the path that you're on, back up because you missed something?
Yeah.
Because that test told you, wait a minute, this is what you assumed. Hold on, let's back up and go back this way, and here's why. Like you can't really teach those things in a manufactured environment.
Yeah,
without teaching the process either. You have to show them the process.
Correct.
So you're teaching them how to critically think so they can start doing stuff on their own.
Yeah.
But it's the difference too between the authoritarian manager or owner or whoever you have and the guy that's like actually leading, trying to help.
Yeah.
So we can all make more money in the end.
Yeah, for sure.
And watch somebody make a mistake. And say, it's okay.
It's real. I think the mistakes equally is important, and my son loves it when I make mistakes because then he does his thing with his editing and emphasizes that mistake. And it's great. I love it,
Yeah. We all do. That's what we all watch it for,
But a lot of people don't. Like behind the scenes, you don't see the comments that people are just like, why do you talk so much? Like, why did you take so long to do that? And why did you, pick that test? Why didn't you just go right here? And it's like,
you're missing the point.
You're missing the point. Like for the learners, we're trying to hit, the true like technician that wants to learn how to do this. That's who we're teaching to. We're not teaching to the silver bullet crowd who just wants a quick answer. And
that must be hard on you guys because you're seeing all those comments. Social media is rough.
It is rough.
Those keyboard warriors are rough. I mean, how do you handle that?
I lean on her for those.
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes
he has a thicker skin than I do. I'm like, I could never do what you do. There's just no way. I could not do it. And a lot, you just learn to laugh at, and he'll just, you'll never believe what this guy said or that guy. He usually comes to me because I am this smart mouth.
She is so witty, I'm like that. She's got a smart ass answer for you.
I do.
I never. These are the ones I want to reply with, or hers. So then she gives me her filtered
I'll be
version.
in the kitchen and he's in the family room and he yells out, "Hey, hon, listen to this." And he'll read me the comment and I'll say what comes off the top of my head. And most of the time it's not, sometimes we'll give that reply. Sometimes we won't, because we also are, we are known for our faith. So my response does not always align with that.
Like, oh, babe, that was good, but not appropriate.
Exactly. So it's a lot of that.
We
laugh a lot.
Can I give an example of one I was thinking of?
Maybe.
A guy was like, he said something. I don't remember exactly what he said, but you said something like that's what your wife said last night or something like that. I was like, oh, that's perfect. I'm gonna say that. Do you remember that one? That was awesome. Of course, I didn't say that. These are things I want to say, and use her for that.
So we laugh about it, because that's the thing with social media. Everybody has their own little microphone. Everybody has their keyboard. Everybody can be heard, and everybody has an account or a way of just. Everybody thinks what they have to say is so darn important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like, for what purpose? Like, you really woke up today and needed to say that. You could have elevated someone else. Instead, you said something dumb like that. Like,
right. Like, who are you really mad at?
Right. Just,
but they
if
they do
that's
affect
the day you want to have, go for it. But it has to, it does. It wears on you.
Unfortunately, you could have 1,000 good comments and one bad one. And of course, it's the one bad one. You guys know it from a Google review on a shop. It's like you have.
And you remember it.
You do. And you know how
fixate on it, and you spend hours and hours on it.
Yeah, how unfair that comment is, and it really does. Right. If you let it. I've learned, at least you can't really do that for a Google review. You want to reply, but then just put it out of your mind as best you can. Use a generic reply, and for me, I've learned to just
if we did something wrong.
Yeah, I'll delete them, and then if I delete the comment, then I don't see it. What people don't know, this is really bad, is the way YouTube works with their comments is I can go to YouTube Studio on the app and then all of the comments show up. So I don't look at video and then comments. It's all the comments show up on all the videos every day. And so when I go through that list, I try to answer as many as I can. And the only way to make that comment disappear in that list so I don't see it again the next time I go back is I either comment on it or I give it a heart.
Ooh, interesting.
I cannot get rid of that comment by thumbs upping it or thumbs downing it. I can only get rid of, 3 ways. I delete it, I comment on it, or I give it a heart. Those are my only 3 options.
It's cheeky though, actually.
Right. Because
that's kind of interesting.
But here's the problem. Some of those comments, they're not bad. I don't want to delete them to make them go away. I don't want to comment on it because it was kind of dumb and irrelevant to the situation, and I certainly don't want to heart it. So then I see that same comment over and over
Every
again
time
for the
I see
next
the video.
5, 6, 7 days until it gets buried in other comments that I don't want to deal with. So that kind of sucks.
Rough.
Yeah.
It is, because sometimes it's a negative comment, but not negative to a point where I need to delete it.
It just missed the point.
You missed the point here, bro.
And it's like
that is a point. You're correct, but not in this situation. You missed it, and I'm not going to take the time to reply. So then I got to see that same comment over and over and over again.
Because if they didn't get it in the video, you're not going to spend a half an hour texting a thing like, look, this is what I was trying to.
Yes. I've literally written to YouTube, who has the worst customer support ever that you could possibly imagine. That makes sense. Is Google. Like, is Google really going to have good customer support? I don't think so.
Right.
But I've even messaged them and said, hey, help us creators make these comments go away by either thumbs upping it or thumbs downing it. Because if I thumbs up it, you don't know who gave the thumbs up. It just shows as a number. If I thumbs down it, you don't even see it, but I can make that comment go away. And then I can leave it there for everyone else to see, because maybe it is relevant for someone else to read it.
You just need options.
Yeah, I just need those options.
They're just trying to force you to engage with the audience.
I guess so. It's a rant, but
for no apparent reason.
Unfortunately, what it means, they need to understand, is negativity over and over and over again that I get to see.
Yeah,
and it does affect you. That was my point.
They're definitely trying to create drama by doing that.
I guess so.
Because it's going to equal
it ups engagement.
Clicks and
I guess.
I just want to know who's like. I mean, at this event, everybody here is so nice. Everybody's helpful. So if anybody's watching your videos, they're in the automotive industry. And who are these like people that are like negatively impacting what you're trying to do? It doesn't make any damn sense to me.
Yeah,
like you're doing nothing but trying to better the industry. And it's like, are you upset because you're not him? Are you upset because you're not? I was like, are you just completely missing the point? You need to get out of the industry. Like,
I don't know.
It's a wide variety.
It is.
It really is. Because people, you'll get comments like, I mean, this is just made up, but like, great video, but why are you wearing that dumb shirt or something? I mean, people just like
that's that kind of stuff. Like, what's the point?
Cannot not say something. They just feel like if you have a device in your hand, you're compelled to like put your opinion out there, and it's just that's what we've seen is like there are all kinds of people in this world for sure.
I don't know.
It is very.
I see a lot of stuff come up on Facebook on the groups, and it's like. You want to help, and so you start, and then you're like, no, I'm not even going to engage.
Right.
It's like, so what compels people to like actually? You got nothing to do. Like you need a job. Like I'm hiring. Like let's get you in.
I heard some comments here when we got up on the panel to talk. Us YouTube guys, I guess there's some people that still shop owners that think that we do harm to the industry because of what we're doing. Just because I guess they feel that we're giving away like trade secrets and we're taking work out of there.
There's not going to be a new car with new technology coming out tomorrow.
But that is a continuing. I heard it while we were here through another friend who said, hey, I was sitting at a table and this is what these guys were saying. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. It's good to know. I mean, I'm certainly not.
It's 1 out of 100, but you fixate like I do when there's something negative. You want to try to, you want to fix the problem. We're fixers.
Right.
We want to fix that one problem.
Right.
And it's like, can't let it go.
No. And I'm thinking as I go through and think about all the case studies I have, which I have like over 700 on YouTube and over 500 on the website. So that's like 1,300 different case studies. I'm thinking every single one of those shows the need to pay a good diagnostic technician. Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's not giving the message like, hey, look, you can do this too. And
you're not cut to like, oh, you got a code of PO 300. This is how you fix it. You got a PO 717. This is how you fix it.
Right.
You're walking through the process. And that's what the goal of your videos is.
Yeah.
Is to understand how you got there.
Yeah.
Not what the fix is. And maybe some guys like to scroll to the end. No. Just what's he replacing? It's like that. You're missing the point, man.
Yeah.
Like it's like the feeding the fish thing. Like teach him how to fish. Don't give him the fish to eat tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's nothing but good for the industry because it teaches their technicians in their shops how to do it.
Yeah.
And how to do it correctly and then repeat that process.
I think so too, but I can see the other side where a garage owner might say, well, this, the guy that's showing this particular process and it's actually a pretty simple fix and he's showing that now the customer's not going to bring the car and he's just going to have that code and he's going to do it himself. And
let him do it. Like that's not my client,
I do understand that mindset. Say that again.
That's not my client.
That's
then.
not your client. Very, very good. Very good. So you guys listening to successful shop owners, right? That's not your client. What are you worried about? The guy that's going to Google search the code and part himself and go shop for the cheapest part he can find online,
and
so
then
he can negotiate with you on the labor price. Or what do you mean you're charging me diagnostic time?
Or $300 for a fuse.
One more time, say that again.
That's not my client.
That's not your client. Very good.
I don't need it.
This is one of the simple golden nuggets that you guys have learned in these training places.
Oh, absolutely.
And through these groups that we're talking about, that is not your client.
And you can say that to some other owners, other people, and it will not seat unless you've dealt with that situation.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you realize when you hear that, you're like, you mean I don't have to work for that guy? Like, no. And once you've dealt with enough of them,
you work for yourselves, and you know what you're worth, and you know what is worth your time and energy to deal with, and you get to make that choice. It's your business.
And guess what? Mrs. Jones, that's lined up right behind that client, wants to pay you every dollar that you're worth for your time, but you're too busy wasting your time trying to convince this guy why it was $300 to replace a fuse. Mm-hmm. So now you're doing a disservice to the entire industry because she's waiting to get in line, and you're too busy wasting your time with this guy or girl.
100%.
Whoever it is, that's just like doesn't understand the process.
Those would be the bottom. What do they say? 50%. Yeah, bottom feeders for sure.
It's a small percentage.
The lowest fit, but the 50% of your customers generate 5% of your revenue. Those are the ones that the
80/20s. 80% of your time, 20% of your profit.
Yeah. Those are the ones you want to try to figure out a way to steer them elsewhere if they're not your client.
And it might be just a dad that's teaching his son how to repair the vehicle. Yeah. You never know the situation.
Sure.
So, and I do a radio show this locally, and I don't mind getting on there and have people call in and walk them through the process. I don't mind telling them about Scanner Danner. Look them up and see if you can fix it yourself.
Yeah.
Do it. I'm 100% about it.
Yeah.
But just don't come in here and waste my time.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Don't waste my guys' times.
Yeah.
My techs are trained. We pay them very, very well. And so we need to charge to keep them employed and take care of their families.
In your community.
Yeah. But don't come in and ask for their time for free.
Yeah.
You can take my time for free.
Yeah.
I'll help you out because it's like I want to be the one to head that off, And she does the same thing. It's like when they come in very quickly, this is our process. Do you want to use our shop or do you want to go somewhere else? And it's like,
because I have other recommendations.
And she does. She's got
but don't let that fool you. We take our time and explain the process and really try and educate the customer, take away that fear, take away that confusion. But in the end, if they're not open to that, if they don't feel comfortable, that's okay. There are plenty of other shops.
Yeah.
And same thing for shop owners. Look at where your city population is, how many cars there are. There's plenty to go around. You can say, no, there will be another phone call.
Yeah.
Someone else is going to walk through the door in 15 minutes.
That must be one of the hardest ones for shop owners.
Well, it's the guy that you were sitting that yesterday was talking badly about the YouTube channel. He obviously doesn't have enough work coming in.
Yeah.
Maybe he should look at himself. Maybe take a look in the mirror and realize that you should be 2 weeks out right now. If you know what you're doing, you should have no problem with someone on a platform teaching the community, the world, how difficult it is to assess these vehicles.
Yeah.
Because that's what's really going on.
Yeah.
You're not telling people how to fix their cars for free. And if you think that, you're the problem.
Right. Right.
That's the bottom line. You're missing the point.
Well, and not everybody has training. So once again, they're fearful because they can't do it. They can't help their techs. So they're just kind of stuck in the background. And then they feel
That's
that authority
too,
is being taken away, but they're the boss. You need some kind of authority, they think, to lead their guys, but you don't.
You can't lead from fear.
Exactly.
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, it works. It works.
Right.
For a short time.
To what extent?
If you're a dictator,
right,
in a
and
dictatorship.
it doesn't inspire your employees to show up and give their best because you're working from a place of fear and we just have to take what we can get. And it doesn't matter if we cut down what you're doing, just just keep moving forward from that fearful place. Well, that doesn't inspire your workforce.
Who would it inspire?
And everybody has different goals. You can make money and be good people. You can make money and help people, but not everyone has that experience, so they're fearful.
Profit is not a bad word.
Talk about that for a second, what you just said?
Yeah.
So the helping people or helping your customer, I hear that a lot. I take care of my customers. Very proudful types of people.
Right.
And great hearts, genuine, true, they want to take care of their customers above all. But the flip side that I see is you're in your quote, taking care of your customer, whether it be that discount you gave, or you understand that this particular person may not be in the greatest position. And so you're going to, discount this or discount that. And what you don't realize is the technician that you've hired, you're really not paying him or her what they're due. Mm-hmm. And you can't afford to hire another technician because you just barely making it yourself. Mm-hmm. But the mentality is, but I'm taking care of my customers.
What a good point.
We can do both.
Right.
We can do both.
We can do both. You don't have to discount your services to help people. That's not how you help people.
And it's like when we're driving in a car, I guess an analogy would be like you're in an intersection, right? The person that's coming your way has the right of way, and they're not turning, but they stop to let you out anyway. And it's nice, right? It's not, because
That's not the rules.
The guy behind you, but the guy behind you.
That's a trigger for her.
Yes, but the flip side.
should drive together.
The guy behind, right? The guy behind almost rear-ended you because you were being nice. So I think the analogy is there, where you're just about. Well, I guess that's not. I was almost going to say you're going to rear-end your technician, but that doesn't sound right.
It sounds better than what I was going to say. So.
It probably sounds better in your head.
Yeah. But like you get the idea, like you're taking care of your customer, but you're taking it from yourself, from your own pocket, where you're struggling, you're barely paying the bills, and you can't pay your technician what he or she needs to be paid, and you can't hire another guy because you're billing 3 weeks out.
Right.
Something's wrong.
So then you're working extra time and you're missing out on that time with your family, right? Like, is it worth that? Putting your kids to bed at night, you don't get to do that because you have to stay later and work to make up for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can do both.
All in the name of I take care of my
and that's where the leadership comes in. It comes in same with the technician. You have a technician that's showing up late, but he bills hours and he keeps showing up late, right? How come he can show up late? And it breaks the morale of everybody else. You have to be the leader and step up and say, hey, look, this isn't right. And you're trying to take care of your tech. Well, he's got family issues. We all got family issues. We all got things going on. Mm-hmm. You can't just make an exception. Mm-hmm. So sit down. Hey, do you want to show up at, when do you want to be here? Mm-hmm. Oh, I want to be here at 8:30. I need 8 hours a day. Okay, so if you're not here at 8:30, I'm going to fire you. I got to let you go because I can't make an exception for you because I'm not helping. Helping you is, like you said, now I'm causing a bad morale for the rest of the technicians,
Yeah.
And it's like that in every part of the situation when it comes to automotive shop and business. And just like you said, with taking care of your customer, if you charge that first client enough, you can really take care of the next client because now you're paying your service advisor what he or she deserves. And they're going to take the time to say, hey, how was your day, right? Mm-hmm. And create a customer experience, right? And then you can pay your technician to come to ASTE.
Yes.
You can pay him to go on vacation. And then he comes back and he's like, I want to knock this out. I'm going to do a really good job. I'm going to put every fastener back in,
Yes,
like you said,
every fastener back in.
Right. You're charging, what you said is you're charging enough. You're not charging this exorbitant amount. That's not what you're saying.
No.
Saying you're charging enough.
I'm not buying a yacht in the Bahamas.
Right. You're charging what is appropriate for, the job, for the skill level of the person doing it. And, and then that trickles down. So
I think you guys probably know that what I described is like the majority of shop owners out there.
It blows me away.
Yeah, we hear a lot of that, and a lot of, owners and techs doing clients a favor by shotgunning parts because 80% of the time it's A, B, and C. Well, let's forget the assessment and the diagnostic. You need spark plugs. Let's just do that. Well, what if that's not what it needed? You just actually wasted all that money for nothing.
Yeah.
And now how are you going to tell the client?
Yeah, right.
That's a whole different conversation.
I take this industry very seriously, and I like to say everybody does, but I go home and I watch video after video. I watch all the whatever issue I'm having. I let that not eat me up, but I spend a lot of time when I go back. She says I marinated and to understand it. So when I get back to the shop, I can walk the guys through it. I can walk through it. I can make sure that the vehicle's fixed correctly. And it's the same when it comes to dealing with we're not dealing with, but taking care of the clients, taking care of the technicians. Like, I want to know that I am at the top level. We are at the top level of doing whatever we can, right? And I take it very seriously. And then I realize my head's been down for so long, and I take a look up and around, and like you said, there's a lot of shops not doing it like that. It's like, what are you guys doing? It's 2023.
Yeah.
Like, where you been?
Yeah.
Do you want to make money or?
Yeah. I think investing in your techs too is important, getting involved with their lives, knowing what's going on, paying attention to, you got a guy that maybe he's got his head down and not looking good that day, and you see it for a couple of days in a row. You might want to ask him what's going on.
It's a hard question. I mean, it's a hard conversation.
Right.
I think we talked about that last night too. Like, and we do weekly meetings, and we try to sit down and talk to him, and it's kind of awkward, and sometimes there's nothing to say.
Yeah.
And it is hard because,
but it shows you care. I would love to work in an environment like that, because I was quoting you when I said that, because we had that conversation yesterday, and you talked about that's what you do. I mean, this is part of the other piece of having
hard,
a successful shop, though, is you're not just so focused on the bottom line and the
fixing
numbers.
the car.
Effectively, you really are, when you are asking the technicians that are producing for you how they're doing. You are still focused on the bottom line and making sure everybody's getting paid what they should be. But like, you care for your guys, man.
You're creating an environment where they want to show up for you.
They're invested
because they know you're invested in them, and it doesn't take a lot to do that.
Yeah.
No,
it feels like it does.
If you know,
it feels
your
like
guys,
it does. I mean, it's like,
that's because our MO is just fix it, man.
Right. Get your crap together and just fix the car.
Especially as men,
figure it out.
Right.
that's our design.
Right.
we grew up in a different era,
Right. For sure. But it's, and you don't have to sit down and, have a therapy session with them, but it is just the knowledge that, like, their boss recognizes, like, I'm a person outside of this shop, and like, and they care about that. And that shows up in, again, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be a little thing, but those are the people that will want to show up for you. They'll want to do the best for you. And then you can leave them in charge while you come to a training event, or, and you're not worried because they just, they feel valued.
It's awkward because, and you're probably on the same mindset, it's like, you don't want to talk about your feelings, And so when you ask them, it's like, I don't want someone to ask me about my feelings.
Well, maybe don't start with,
but you know what I'm
tell
saying?
me about
like,
your feelings.
But you know what I mean? Like, and it's funny you said that's not a therapy session, but it's like, it's like black or white. It's like, we're either not going to talk or we're going to go all the way in, right? Like, there's no gray area.
Right.
It's like,
that's where Leigh-Ann can come in and
and she is so much better at it than I am.
I wiggle my way in. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you up to this weekend? What happened last weekend?
Right.
Like trying to get them to tell a story. But what I'm really looking at is I can see their faces, but I also look at the numbers, because God does it show. When they are, when their mind is elsewhere for whatever reason, it's actually very easy to see their numbers go down and to see a pattern happening. And then that's when you really start paying attention, and you can come at them and say, hey, your numbers are down. What's up? What's wrong?
Yeah.
Well, that'll go over well.
No.
Or you can try and get him to tell a story about, like, well, what's happening? What's your wife been up to, and how's the kids at school, and see what happens.
That's the biggest fault maybe that a lot of shop owners start with when they go to training events and they learn about these numbers, and then they're like, every 2 minutes costs me money.
They come at it negatively.
Right. And then the texts are like, all my owner cares about now is these numbers. He goes to a training event and comes back and all he cares about is numbers. Like, yeah, but that's not a bad thing. The bad thing is how it was brought to the attention to the tech. Like, and like she does it way better than I do.
Yeah,
I look at the numbers too, and I'm like,
but these numbers are going to help
this guy's going to leave next week.
Well, the numbers
he's planning
show
to quit.
something, but at the same time, I think if your tech feels like he's part of a team, then the numbers matter to him too, because he or she wants to show up and partake. They want to be a part of that too, because it's going to benefit them also. And you guys all together are a team. You guys might be the captains of the team, but you are a team, and you value your players. And if they feel valued, then the numbers matter to them too. And they'll want to just show up for you.
Yeah. And I've always said, like, the captain doesn't mean that you're in a higher rank than anybody else on the boat. Right. And it's like the team boss or leader, it's got a negative connotation because it means you're like on the top. And sure, you make the decisions and you take a lot on your plate as far as responsibility. But I think a lot of people in the shop, a lot of techs and service advisors are like, oh, he's the manager, so he's above me. He's like, no one's above anybody. We just have different responsibilities, right? And you're the producer, man. Your car goes down the road at 80 miles an hour and takes these kids to soccer practice. Like, what you do is way more important than what I'm doing. You know, it just depends on how you look at it, you know?
Right, but you got to find the right team. And for us, at least, it took years to get the right team together and to make our shop and ourselves attractive enough to the right people, and then be able to pay the right people a good amount of money. And like, you know, just now, are we really comfortable? And I feel like I hear a lot of that from other shops, whether they're just starting out or not, but it's like, you got to work on yourselves first, just like in a relationship. If you can't love yourself, no one else is going to love you the right way. Yeah. Well, it's the same thing as a shop. You need a clean, well-run shop. You got to have, you know, SOPs together to get the guys that you really want. And it's just all one big
find your lane and stay in your lane too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time they won't buy into the process, and then you want to change the process to, you know, accommodate who you got there. And it's like, this is not what we want to do. And then like, well, what are we doing? We got to let this guy go. Like if he's, you know, if he doesn't want to buy into our process, then we got to like keep suffering.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think they suffer for a very long time because that's just how the cards are falling. But there's always like, just keep looking. Like, don't just post an ad on Indeed and wait for that magic unicorn to show up.
Yeah.
Keep looking, man. He'll find it. Like,
but you guys are also investing in your technicians too, with, you know, getting them trained and all of that. So it's a big part of your success too. It's pretty cool to see. It's neat for us to meet you guys.
Well, same thing for you guys is you're exponentially growing. You're really starting a new chapter, and it's really exciting. Are you starting to think about having a team that is not blood related to start?
Yeah. I mean, we're thinking about lots of things.
Yeah.
As we're sitting in the one class yesterday, I'm like, now I want to open a shop. Should we open a shop? Because we're learning so many things. But we're growing that. He's been growing that team. We have great, specifically for our website, because we don't know what the heck we're doing. So we have wonderful people that he's put together that
behind the scenes, redoing the website, doing a learning management system, which you guys are going to love, as being a part of the SD shop program, which we really appreciate you guys doing, but we're going to make it even better for you guys. That's one, having a learning management system, a website redesign where they can better track what they're doing and have much more searchable. That's one piece. But another one is we've brought some other creators in, like my former student, Tommy Wolf. He's a Volkswagen Master Tech, having him bringing frontline content in and having Caleb doing the editing on that. And, you know, so we're producing, you know, stuff that doesn't have to be me. But after this, so that's one example. We have like 4 or 5 Brian Pollocks, another one. And I actually got, I don't know if you know Matt Fonslow, but he just did his first video for me too. I'm excited about
that's rad.
Excellent.
So he did an EPROM one for me, and I know, but it's behind the paywall, so all the EPROM guys can be quiet.
But you're bringing people into the fold.
Yeah, so I'm doing
it's
that.
Just increasing value for our customers. It's only going to be better for them, and it allows him to not have to be everything. You know, one person can't do it all. It's just, you know.
And yeah, I mean, I'm just not touching the volume of cars that I used to, just because of all the stuff that I need to do.
That is so interesting, because that's exactly what happens in a shop.
Yeah.
You're a technician, you become a shop owner.
Yes.
You start kicking, you're getting the cars out, you're there till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and then you realize, I can't keep touching all these cars. And it's like, you have to start pulling back. The only way the shop starts advancing is you stop pulling back. It's like exactly what you're doing.
Find people and trust
and a different, and a totally different,
and it's so hard to do it for us, isn't it? Because we were always that guy on the front lines. We had all the answers. We were the guy that knew what all the problems were because we were there, and now all of a sudden we're not.
Well, the anxiety creeps in, and then you just put your head down, you fix something.
And
then it fixes your head, and you can go back. And that I don't have that release, and like, what do I do now? Like, I need to go fix something. Why? Because I'm freaking stressed right now. Like, that doesn't make any damn sense.
But I mean, that's partly why
there's a point where you don't want to be that person anymore.
You can't.
Content.
You can't do. Well, you can't do both, because you're going to destroy yourself if you do both. So that's why we're taking business classes, just to get a better handle on what the industry is doing and saying, so we can be a platform and talk about those things and help. And honestly, after this weekend, I really think to have some type of coaching on SD Premium as well.
For shop owners.
For shop owners that's in there. Like we talked to, I don't know if you know Becky Witt, I think
Yeah. I got a class.
Yeah.
I got a class with her.
It's going to be great. She gave us a little
mad
taste
that I'm not
of
going to
it.
be there,
Yeah.
but like we talked, and she's interested in maybe putting some of her material on
Awesome.
Which
on
we'd
SD
be thrilled
Premium.
with.
So
Yeah. Yeah, the class is going to be amazing.
she was like, "Oh, I want all this stuff there." I'm like, "No, I don't want that for you. Let's help you build a site for yourself that's a revenue source, and we'll just use SD Premium as a pass through for some of the stuff, and then
Just
you
to
want
drive
more, go
traffic,
here."
yeah.
But we just want to be that kind of. I just see it now, like business wise, we have the ability to have a team, and it isn't just me anymore. You know,
That's so cool.
The
I have
accessibility is
Yeah.
amazing. The
Yeah.
fact that you guys can do that and that you want to do that.
I know, it's exciting.
We want to, elevate other creators and
Yeah.
say, he's done his thing and he's still doing his thing, but like, look
Barely.
at this guy and, and look at
barely.
what that guy's doing. And it's just, giving is just in his nature. And so like, if we can give you a platform and it does benefit us because that's material that we're getting that we can offer to our customers. So it benefits, the people that subscribe to, SD Premium, but it benefits the creators and gives them more of a platform. And it's just, it win-win-win all the way
Right.
around.
Mutually beneficial,
Absolutely.
still helping people, completely doable. Not impossible
No.
by any means.
And most of all, what's important to me is like we've been together 30 years now, and SD and the success of what I've been doing has been the hardest thing we've ever dealt with in our time together.
Like personally, yeah.
Personally, and just this little shift mentality mentally for me in saying, hey, let's try to pursue something together, has really changed the game again for us. And
that rings like that's us right here.
I'm
Like
so
a partnership.
looking forward to where this path is going to take us.
Yep.
And I really don't care because she'll be walking next to me. So that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's exciting. It's wonderful. And a lot of people are unable to have that opportunity. So definitely special.
Yeah. Well, we're blessed. And we also, a lot of people, you can create those opportunities too, though, because he could choose to keep pushing
true.
and pushing and pushing and let me be the man and let me be the superstar. And that's, he has that in him. But there's also like, how much is enough? And we don't care. It was important to us. We didn't, with his success, we never bought a bigger house. We never bought like big fancy cars. Like we're living in a house that I'm like,
We just
we're
paid
never
everything
going to stay
off.
here.
Yeah.
We paid everything off.
Smart.
So we have the freedom
Woohoo!
to give and do what we want to do. And we can rest easy. And he's not like working his butt off because we have to live in this big fancy house.
Right.
Like we just don't need that.
Didn't live
And
Just
so-
be
beyond your means.
comfortable.
yeah,
and
it's just
happy.
it's choices that you make, and I'm not saying like we've made all the choices right, but I'm just saying like if your heart is that you want to give and pursue something else, kind of look at what else do you have going on? Like, what is there anything else that's so important that's blocking that, or is there something you could give up that would allow you more true satisfaction than
Completely
what
true.
you're going to get from bringing in money or whatever. Like we need money to live. Yeah, of course. But we're good. We don't, what more do we need? When there's so many people who really truly do need, and we know
Right.
that and we see that. And that's what we get to do together is the people who really do need. Like we can like just say, let us help.
Yeah, like
and like
Wonderful.
that
Yeah.
excites us. It's
Lucas was
awesome.
talking about a guy, I think he just hired him not long ago, who has had a really rough go in life. And it was like his story. It was like, we want to step in and help a guy like that,
Right.
or a family like that, or, that's why our mission statement is helping the automotive community and beyond. And it's kind of cool, the and beyond part. We're really not even sure what that's going to look like yet. So we have our tax ID number. We've been accepted. We still don't have a bank account yet that we can accept funds. So we're still in limbo. So the and beyond, we're like, what are we doing? We don't
waiting.
know.
We're just patiently waiting.
We don't know.
You don't need to know. You just keep
Yeah.
pushing forward, man.
Exactly.
That's it.
Well,
One
we'll
step
be
at a time.
waiting with you guys.
That's
It's
awesome.
all
Yeah.
very exciting for
Yeah.
everybody,
Yes.
in the industry to see something like this come to fruition.
Yeah, and hopefully have other people within the community join with us. And we
Absolutely.
were just talking about, the gentleman and his wife that we met, and they, jumped in and helped that shop owner. And it was a group, just a group that are
A group of shop owners. You might have seen some of the posts. It was in the ASOG group.
Yeah.
Where I wasn't the facilitator of it. I just made it more aware of what was going on, and I was like, hey, I'll step in and help fund this so we can. It wasn't a handout. I hate handouts. Everybody's got their handout when you say you have a resource, but it was one where let's go. This shop owner was really tweaking.
Well,
he couldn't get there. He had a backlog of customers that were already set. It was an injury, something with family. He couldn't get there for like a week. And so the shop owner stepped in and traveled to this shop,
and they showed up
fixed all of these guys' cars, and
Smashing the stereotypes.
Didn't take a
like,
dime.
That's what it's about.
Didn't take a dime.
Right.
They didn't take a dime, and I even offered. I'm like, listen, let me at least fund your
buy lunch,
your day, your gas,
coffee,
something. I tried. They wouldn't take it. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what it's about. So can we do that on a bigger scale?
Yeah.
Because people do write to us and say, hey, we know you like to give. Can I give you money? Can I do? And so like if we can use the resources that we've been given through Scanner Danner to say like, let's go, let's make this happen. Let's bless someone. Like, let's get a shop going. Let's fix it, whatever.
And that's the good and bad thing about this industry is like the best shop owners are the most giving. And so they emotionally discount all the time. Like you said, that money comes out of the technician's pocket. So
can't do that.
It's so hard though, right? Because it's like it feels so good, like to be able to do that and go help. Then it's
but you can do both.
You can.
You do it right.
Just make sure you're billing your customers properly and stop taking the money out of the technician's pocket and your own garage operating system. Then behind the scenes, as you watch that shop being blessed, after that, then you're out of the abundance that's going to come. That's where you can have a big heart.
Right. And if you want to donate to SD.
SD Charities, but not yet. We don't even have a bank account yet.
There will be a big announcement when we
for
coming
sure.
soon.
Yes,
and we're not
hopefully soon. Waiting on the government. We'll find out.
There's a lot of shady nonprofits out there. We're certainly not looking at this one for an income stream. We really just want to be a channel where stuff comes in and we can just funnel it right back out. And
we just want to make sure that I've done the paperwork correctly and we're not accidentally money laundering. We have that conversation.
Like, so nerve-wracking.
Like, what if I
get
did
real
this
nervous
wrong?
with the government documents, even though it's supposed to be so simple.
Well, someone just brought that to light. Like, we want to help contribute to our own charity, but then if you think about it, like that would sort of be depending on how you do it.
So we're like,
I've just gone cross-eyed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, I know. We're accidentally committing a crime.
Someone's like, well, it needs to be post-cat or post-tax dollars, like you've already paid taxes on that, then you can contribute that. But then at the end, it's still a write-off on your taxes in a 501c3. So wait, I guess we can't.
It's a lot to think
I'm
about.
not sure how. I'm not sure how that's going to work. We'll just give our money to a different.
There's no tax advice going on here.
Charity. I don't know. We don't know. We're charting new territory.
But, it is. It's
we want to
new
do
for
it
us,
right.
but we'll learn.
You'll figure it out
as we go, and
If you fix the stuff I've seen you fix, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Well, it's just me up at the computer crying as I'm trying to fill out these forms, and I'm like, I just wish I knew an adult who could help me
for like 3 hours.
And then I'm like, no, I'm the adult.
And I say to her, I don't know, honey, you're the president.
Exactly.
Because I really don't know.
He's enjoying that.
I don't know.
I do that a lot too.
Figure it out.
Exactly.
I know.
You're the bookkeeper.
There's no sympathy for me.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Well, if you guys ever need help with that, we're 100% here to help.
Well, we love that.
We're a ways away in California, but we're here to help.
We would love to interview you guys sometime for the website for SD Premium. We've been talking about that too, having some of the successful shops that are doing it right and using our program too, and just to hear from you a little bit, like a brief.
I feel like I'm like successful. I'm not successful. Like you said, all the work I've done, and you chuckled at it. I'm like, man, I feel the same. Like you just don't ever feel like you step into that role, you know. But
no, you guys are doing it right. It's really a pleasure to meet you both, and
right on.
Pretty cool crossing paths with your wife yesterday, and we didn't even know like the connection between. I didn't know. Husband and wife duo
Well, and
here.
the funny thing, I obviously knew who you guys were, and I was like, cool.
She's seen your face on. She's seen your face on my TV. She's like, I know that guy.
I was so glad when you walked in the room because it was just me and Kristin and the instructor, and I'm like,
it was such a small class.
We didn't sign. I didn't sign up to be front and center here. Kristin even said, "Well, the door was shut," and I'm like, I don't want to open the door. I was thinking it was going to be a packed room, and I don't like that either. But it was worse walking in the room. It was just the instructor. I'm like, well, we're committed now.
Yeah.
So when your wife walked in, I was like, okay, sweet. We at least have one other
can
person
lean on
in
her.
the room.
Right.
Yeah,
it was providential that our paths crossed.
It was
though.
providential.
It was good.
Absolutely.
Right on. Well, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thanks
guys.
for having us.
Let's you guys get out and go
Pleasure
get some
meeting you
lunch.
guys.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you too.
Right on.
Thank you.